late Saturday afternoon at Commonwealth Stadium in Edmonton. The Eskimos are back home where they welcome the Hamilton Tiger Cats to their house. Coming up on the CFL on TSN, featuring this guy, 13, averaging more than 400 yards passing a game. Mike Riley has been on fire, and he has a star-studded receiving core to work with. As for his counterpart, Jeremiah Masoli, 2-2 start, and he gets his 5th start of the season, perhaps his last for a while, with Zach Collaros waiting in the wings and set for a return very soon. The last time Collaros played was in a game against the Edmonton Eskimos last September. These two teams meeting again. We got it for you here on TSN. Welcome to it. I'm Rod Smith, along with the panel, Milt Stiegel, Matt Dunnigan, and Chris Schultz, too. What are you watching for in this game?
I'm looking at this offense for the Hamilton Tiger Cats, in particular Jeremiah Masoli. We know about the defense. We know they have a great defense. We know about their special teams, best return guy in the CFL, but that offense has struggled. They lead the CFL in 2-and-outs with 25. We know these Edmonton Eskimos are going to score. Jeremiah Masoli and that offense has to be able to score if they want to be able to compete and win this game.
You talk about the defense, you're talking about big and strong. And I'm looking at that interior offensive line of the Edmonton Eskimos. They're bigger and stronger. Differential. Defensive line for Hamilton averages 276 pounds, 6'2.5". Offensive line for Edmonton, 6'7.25", 318 pounds. That is 42 pounds and over almost 5 inches a man, Schultz. If you're looking at Matt O'Donnell, he's 6'11", 350, going up against a big boy in 6'1", 301 pounds, Drake Nevis. I mean, mismatches everywhere. Who's going to win?
Well, all logic says Edmonton will win this game, but, you know, if Hamilton can come through with another defensive performance like they had in the second half of the Montreal game, and if Brandon Banks can make some big plays, and if this happens, and if that happens, and if that happens, they have a shot. There's a lot of ifs going into this game. That they got a shot.
Who is this logic person?
Too, I know. Road Warriors crushing it.
Tell you something else that is going to happen. Superstar Flo Rida will be performing at the half. Yes, the Eskimos saying, welcome to my house. That's coming up. We'll have some of that for you at the half here in the CFL on TSN.
Wow.
Welcome to their house. Chris Cuthbert and Glenn Suter.
Thanks, Rod. Grey Cup champs host the Grey Cup finalists from 2 of the previous 3 years. It's the 2-2 Ticats and the 2-1 Eskimos from Commonwealth.
Mike Riley's coming off his best game of the season, a 465-yard effort, the win against the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, wanting to lead Edmonton to their 3rd straight. Standing in the way of that is Simone Lawrence and the Hamilton front 7 that have accumulated 16 sacks in just 4 games. Simone Lawrence is the leader of that group.
Ken Austin's Ticats coming off a 31-7 win in Montreal last week. They've won 6 of their last 8 on the road, and they play their second of 4 consecutive games on the road. Jason Moss's Eskimos have won 2 straight, and they come back from at least 10 points in both. And they face the only team that beat them at home last year. That was a stunning 49-20 win by the Tiger Cats. In each of the last 3 years, these two teams have split their head-to-head series, and we expect this should be a pretty good game. Underway with Brandon Banks and C.J. Gable deep, and it will be Gable from his 15. And Gable out beyond the 35-yard line with a flag down on the kick return. Jeremiah Masoli leading the Ticats out. 208 yards passing last week in the win. Slow start, just 64 yards in the first half.
5 TDs, 5 interceptions. The interception's an issue in the 2 losses Hamilton Tiger Cats suffered to BC and to Winnipeg, but protected the ball against Montreal better.
Offside, Edmonton, number 73 on the kickoff. Penalty is declined. First down, Hamilton.
So the Ticats will take the field position at the 37 and not get a re-kick. First down with former Eskimo Masoli at the controls. stands in the pocket and looks downfield, and Andy Fantuz has a catch. He had just a pair of catches last week in the win in Montreal.
Fantuz primarily in that slot back spot right here, and he's just running that out in behind Patrick Watkins. Just in front of Watkins, I should say. Catches it right on the Hamilton sideline.
18 for Fantuz. That was his yardage output last week at Percival Molson, first down in midfield. Odell Willis on the rush. The pass is complete. Down the field, and Chad Owens has the second consecutive first down for Hamilton.
Take a look at the Tiger Cats offense. C.J. Gable lead the league coming in at the rushing department, the tailback spot. There's the receiving core. Terrence Tolliver back in the lineup at the wideout spot. And one change on the offensive line, Matthew Girard in at center.
Mike Filer hurt last week in the late stages of the game. First run, and Gable plows his way forward against what's been a stingy Eskimo defense against the run.
Yeah, led inside by Lamondo Sewell. He's the guy who leads the team in sacks with two. J.C. Sherritt, Dion Lacey, and Kenny Ladler in the linebacking core. And change at that corner spot. Solomon Means, they're still trying to find a replacement for John Ojo.
Second and 4. Time for Mazzoli, looking deep for Owens, and overthrows the intended target, who looked like he had a step on former Ticat Marcel Young, and a flag down in the Hamilton backfield.
Like he did have a step, but may have lost the football. Not sure if he was looking into the sun. Looked like he lost it on that corner route.
Holding Hamilton, number 67. Penalties declined, third down.
Proud new pop draws the flag, but it's declined, and the field goal unit will come on after a bit of a delay. Not sure whether they were thinking about 3rd and 4 or not. But our congratulations to Peter, whose beautiful daughter Louise was born this week, 7 pounds 9 ounces, and already ranked the smartest infant in Canada.
Missed some practice time, and congrats to Peter Diakowski.
Here's Maher from 44 yards out. Had a 56-yarder last week, and Maher puts it through and is now 10 for 10 on the road. A first possession field goal for the Hamilton Tiger Cats, and now the high-powered Edmonton Eskimos get set to go on offense for the first time, led by quarterback Mike Riley. First possession for the Eskimos starts at their own 35. Out of the backfield, John White, and he is drilled by the corner, Travis Lee. 5 for White.
John White starting tailback in the backfield for Mike Riley. There's Corey Watson having a good start to the season. He's that extra receiver. One change, Nate Kuhorn is out. Darrell Walker, Darius Bowman, they're leaders in the receiving core. Offensive line that are going to have their hands full in this one tonight.
Everybody's
that front seven.
Yeah, everybody's watching the trenches. That front four of Hamilton against a good offensive line. And Matea Jay with a catch in traffic. He gets the call, as Suits mentioned, with the concussion to Nate Kuhorn, and that's a pretty terrific first catch as an Edmonton Eskimo.
Boy, is it ever. He had to go into traffic, go and dive for this one. A little play action to John White, and in that small window, Mike Riley threads the needle.
It's one of those darts from Riley, who has a dart competition against the head coach on a regular basis. Riley with a short pass and another completion. 9-yard pickup into Ticat territory.
It's a good front seven. We're going to watch that trench battle between the Edmonton offensive line. That front four led by Ted Laurent and Drake Nevis in the interior. There's your linebacking core, Larry Dean. Simone Lawrence, the leader of the entire front seven. And Travis Lee's already made a big hit. He's a newcomer on the corner.
And a first down carry. The Eskimos number 2 in points, yards, and passing on the season. And Mike Riley needs 274 yards for the CFL lead in passing.
Yeah, this is the one that is interesting. I asked Mike Riley yesterday about the 300-yard games. He had over 400 against Winnipeg and said, this is becoming routine for you. He said, no, I know how difficult it is to get to the 300 mark in a game. He's got the receivers to get it done.
One issue for the offense has been its slow start to each game. Just one first quarter point on the year. Looking for a quicker spark.
Illegal substitution. 13 men in a formation. Edmonton. It's a 10-yard penalty. Remains first down.
And one of the reasons they've got off to slow starts, penalties, and that's one that Jason Moss won't like.
That gets you behind the sticks. One of the challenges when you do the tempo offense with no huddle is to make those substitutions, make sure everyone knows the formations and the personnel groupings.
So 1st and 20, back on the Eskimos side of half. Underneath that zone defense, it's Darrell Walker who gets the 10 back and a few more. 20th catch of the year for Walker, twice 100-yard receiving on the season.
Yeah, it's so dangerous in so many ways. Darrell Walker, the big deep ball against the Winnipeg Blue Bombers last week. He can get you those yards after the catch. Real strong hands.
Both Walker and Bowman over 150 last week. First time they've done that in tandem with the Edmonton Eskimos. So 2nd and 6. Two backs. McCarty releases. Pass underneath, caught by Watson. And he'll be close to the first down. Brought down by Johnny Sears Jr.
It's awful tough to overcome a 10-yard penalty on first down for too many men. That normally doesn't happen, but Mike Riley and the way he's got command of this huddle, and well, it's not the huddle, but command of this offense because they don't huddle. Looked almost routine to convert 1st and 20.
5 for 5 out of the gate for Riley. Now they'll swing it to Bowman. Trying to get the edge and breaks the tackle. Got by Travis Lee and has another first down. What a start to the year for Darius Bowman.
This is the exact design of this play, Chris. If he can just get him in space, and now he's got to make one guy miss. Travis Lee makes that tackle. It's a limited gain, maybe a yard, but he makes a miss and moves the chains one more time.
3 consecutive 100-yard games. 3rd in the league in receiving with 432 coming in. Good-looking opening drive. First down. 5 receivers. Riley with time, and now he'll take off. And Riley with a move down to the 5 has another first down. Haven't seen as much of the running so far this year, but there's a good 16-yard ramble.
An offensive line matchup. Let's take a look at the big boys up front. Matt Dunnigan in the pregame told you about how big they are in their offensive line for Edmonton. They shut the door and push that entire D-line to Riley's right. Opens a running lane for him, and he's down on the doorstep because of it.
Simone Lawrence drags him down, but it's 1st and goal. And here's Watson. Touchdown. First quarter touchdown of the season. And a 75-yard touchdown drive for Edmonton.
And round 1 in the matchup. Edmonton O-line, Hamilton D-line goes to Edmonton. A drive where Mike Riley was clean top to bottom. Play action to John White. Simone Lawrence up the field, and Rico Murray just can't get there.
2nd touchdown of the season for Watson. Sean White looks for the convert from 32 yards out, and it's 7-3 Eskimos. That's an impressive drive, which included a first down after going 1st and 20, and Corey Watson caps it.
Advantage of, is it a pick or is it a rub by number 4 right here, Darius Bowman, because Watson's going to come from the right side of Riley and then shoot the flat. Now right here, pick or rub. He's got to sell it, just running his route like he's going to run a curl. It holds Rico Murray for a split second, and that's all Corey Watson needed.
Mike Riley 7 for 7 on the drive, 66 yards, and now a touchdown pass in 10 consecutive games. See if Brandon Banks has an answer. Well, it goes to C.J. Gable instead. And Gable out beyond the 30 before he is bumped out by Blair Smith. So the Ticats will go back to work after that impressive touchdown drive by Riley and the Esks.
New from Tic Tac, mixers. They change flavor in your mouth. They start off cherry, then change into cola. Also available in peach to lemonade. Try them today.
Freaking wind.
Yeah, you tell that wind. May it never again dare to blow in your presence. So you may finally admit it's time to get fit for the right clubs at Golftown.
Bob Weeks from TSN here, along with our Golftown expert, Chris Pappas. Now, you have a lot of putters here at Golftown. How do I know which is the right one for me?
There's a different one here for every different type of player.
This is the new Odyssey one. Tell me about this.
This is the White Hot RX. It's a softer insert with an oval insert as well that helps reduce the drag and the skid on the golf ball.
Okay, let's see if I can actually use this to knock one in the hole. Look at that. Come and get your putter at Golftown.
Freaking wind.
Yeah, you tell that wind. May it never again dare to blow in your presence. So you may finally admit it's time to get fit for the right clubs at Golftown.
New cars have an MSRP, but AutoTrader has thousands of new cars listed below MSRP. So maybe it should stand for, man, some really good prices? Visit AutoTrader today.
Starting well was a focus for the Edmonton Eskimos this week during the work week, and what an opening drive for Mike Riley. Also, when you consider it was a 1st and 20 that started the drive after a penalty, but 75 yards, 9 plays, and Riley 7 for 7 on the drive, including a 16-yard run to get him on the doorstep. Great start for the Eskimos.
So early in this 4th game of the season for Edmonton, Riley has 8 touchdown passes. Back to work goes Jeremiah Mazzoli. A couple of 300-yard games this year, but none of his receivers as yet has registered a 100-yard game. Terrence Tolliver back in the lineup, and here's Mazzoli with a pass that knocked down. The intended for Bantus, broken up by Cord Parks.
Nice knockdown. I got a chance to talk to Zach Collaros before the game, who is here in Edmonton. And you could take a look at with Collaros in the lineup and when he's not in the lineup, and the difference in wins and losses, interception to touchdown ratio glaring there. Zach said they got the bye next week, and he wants to be back after that.
What did he put a show on here last year in the 49-20 win? There's a pass for Tolliver caught, but it'll be well short of the first down, and it's a quick 2-and-out for the Ticats on offense.
Hey, Zach Collaros out there just making sure he can help Jeremiah Mazzoli as much as possible every time he comes off, but he is very excited about his return, so much so that I talked to Ken Austin, and Kent said that I'd have to hold him back if he's not quite ready. He's chomping at the bit to get back. You know he does, but the medical staff has to make sure it's good to go.
He was excited about his old buddy Mitchell Gale last night.
Yes, he was.
With a winning performance in his first CFL start for the Saskatchewan Roughriders. Maher with the kick, and here's Kenza Doe after a 56-yard punt, and great cover by Giovanni Aprile. Back to work go the Eskimos on offense when we return.
Value.
Well, it's become quite the craze, the Pokemon phenomenon, and special Pokemon promotion here. Everybody getting involved, and I mean everybody.
Pikachu? I got Zubat. I'm gonna find Zubat. He's in there somewhere. Okay. Pokemon guy. Zubat?
Not yet.
That's a great move, I'm telling you.
You find anything yet, Sue?
This one is a gooder. Oh, this one is a gooder. This one is a good.
Well, let's find out if they found anything. Here's Ryan.
Somewhere.
This one's, I just lost one. Yeah, no, I had to teach Suits how to do it. He didn't know how to use his phone. It took him about half an hour, but he's addicted now, Chris. I definitely found more than